Very good morning to one and all. Friends, as you all know, today we have assembled here on the eve of our 1 week, 1 lab curtain raiser event of our CSIR 4.5. I request our head, Dr. Sridevi ma'am, to kindly accompany our secretary, DSIR and DG CSIR, Dr. Kalaiselvi ma'am, and Dr. Manoj Rajan-IFS Commissioner-KSDMA onto the dais, please. Thank you, ma'am. We'll begin our program by lighting the lamp.
Sure, sure.
May I request our dignitaries to please light the lamp.
Light the lamp. Dividing by 3 of us.
Thank you, ma'am, for bringing more light to our institute.
You made me to do so.
I would like to give a small brief timeline of our CSIR 4.5 as to how it started and where it is now. CSIR 4.5 has its roots stemming from CSIR CIMAX, which was a pioneer institute in the field of mathematical modeling and computer simulation. And since a decade, we have been renamed as CSIR 4.5. Presently, our fourth paradigm institute is unanimously working and conducting top-notch research in data science and supercomputing, earth and engineering sciences. The quantum of research that is being done by our distinguished scientists and the output delivered to the society has made CSIR 4.5 gain recognition at national and international forums. The HPC, which our beloved DG ma'am inaugurated just now, provides the state-of-the-art high-performance computing facility to the computational scientists and researchers across CSIR to address grand challenge problems in their frontier areas of science and engineering. I believe this historic day will mark its edge in the annals of 4.5 and lay solid foundation for future challenges of society and betterment of mankind. Now, I request our head, Dr. Sridevi ma'am, to please welcome the August gathering.
This one we are going to plant it in our campus with your Okay. On my behalf. On your behalf. Thank you.
I think take it.
Actually, madam, I will take it. Thank you.
Good morning. I think it's a very pleasant day today. From yesterday, I was praying that it does not rain till our function is over. I think my prayers worked every time they're working, so I'm happy. Otherwise, it would have been a little more harder, and everything is only thing is slightly we are delayed. On behalf of CSIR 4 I welcome our beloved DG, Dr.N.Kalaiselvi, Secretary DSIR, and Dr. Manoj Rajan, with whom we interact on a regular basis, Commissioner, Karnataka State Disaster Management Agency. And he's also the Commissioner for Food Processing, additional charge. And then our founder head, Dr. Yajnik. I'm really, and he was my role model. So for me, like, I wasn't expecting him. So I'm really happy to see him here. And Professor Gaur, who's with whom I started working as soon as I joined this organization. He literally hijacked me, and I was with him for so many years. And then Sachinayana head CPD, and then Abhishek, and then AMD people. Then I can see some few of my very close friends from NAL, Sangeeta, Radha. I can see them. So I welcome them. I'm so happy to see them.
Here.
Yeah, they are with me through and through when I was a scientist. And then our emeritus scientist, HNV Dutt, who really helped us in this implementation of HPC. He's such a simple person. He just, anytime you ask him, he just walk. He doesn't even ask for a vehicle. He just comes on his scooter and immediately solves the problem and goes. That's very nice. And then we have our reporter from Tech and Herald, and our works and services head Raju, and their team Dhruv and Kishore. So I welcome and then all my colleagues from CSIR 4 and if I missed any of my colleagues from CSIR and AL, and all the students, temporary staff who are the backbone of our organization, because our regular staff, this thing is less. I welcome all of you for this curtain raiser event of OWOL. 1 week, 1 lab, which is scheduled for 10th to 15th July. So this is a curtain raiser event. As a part of it, we just now inaugurated our HPC, and then we had a press interaction with the press before we came into this room. So here, do the curtain raiser, formal curtain raiser event of this thing. So I do not want to say much about Fourth Paradigm Institute, but I just want to mention few things. Our ongoing projects. So one is that yesterday only we received a project worth 3 crore on threat intelligence. I keep forgetting the title. Once again.
Network telescope.
Feed for threat intelligence generation. So that is a new project which came yesterday. Then we are also having one new project, CSIR Mission Mode project, which we finished last week. And it was recommended by the committee set up by by DG for implementation, and that is region specific smart agro technologies for soil and plant health. That is engraved in my head. You don't need to see this. So these are the two ongoing projects we have other than our AI mission. And there is one on climate modeling. Rajendran spoke to you in the morning, that is in the pipeline. And we work very closely with Manoj Rajan's Karnataka State Disaster Management Agency. Two of his scientists are here. I welcome them because I missed them in my welcome. Two of his scientific staff have come from case. They work very closely with us. Actually, we can see we are a data intensive research organization, and without data, we are kind of not So we get all Karnataka data, whatever we ask, immediately from them. The response is very, very immediate. So that I must really credit KSNMDC for that, and the commissioner is also here. So I think with these few remarks, I would like to end my welcome address. Once again, it was my dream that for OWL curtain raiser and inauguration of HPC, Dr. Kalaiselvi comes. So I'm so happy she could make it because she reached last night around 1 o'clock. So and for morning I kept appointments from her from 8. So it's kind of, but still,
You
she
gave me
said
7 hours, no? In
7 hours.
Big time.
She says it's your time, whatever you want, you plan, I'll simply follow. So that was very nice. And I'm really happy when I have no words to express for that, because this is something which, for an upcoming organization, the DG is there means a lot. See, for established organizations, it's different, but for an upcoming one like us, having a DG for a curtain raiser event and inauguration was good. So with these few remarks, I end my welcome address. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. As our head ma'am said, it is indeed a very honorable honor and a pride moment for all of us that the head of our entire institute is here with us today. Now I request Dr. Imtiaz Ahmad Parvez, our chief scientist, who is also the chairman of our OWOL organizing committee, to give an overview of our OWOL.
Good morning, all. Respected Dr.N.Kalaiselvi, Madam, Director General CSIR, and Chief Guest of today's function of OWOL curtain raiser. Guest of honor, Dr. Manoj Rajan, Director KSNDMC, Dr. Sridevi Jade, our head CSIR 4PI, Professor Gaur, Professor Yajnik, and all other colleagues, distinguished scientists, students, and personnel from the media. As we heard many times, 1 week, 1 lab is a countrywide initiative of CSIR, following the suggestion of Honorable Minister of Science and Technology, Dr. Jitendra Singh, to showcase the technological breakthroughs, achievements, and scientific innovations of all the CSIR laboratories. Therefore, we at CSIR 4th Paradigm Institute are organizing this campaign during July 10 to 15, culminating with the Foundation Day celebration of our institute on July 15th. So now, very briefly, I would like to take you through the itinerary of the 1 week, 1 lab program of 4PI. So the day 1 is July 10, which will be inauguration of the OWOL, and it is dedicated to Scientist-Student Connect. So after the inauguration, we will have data-based activities of CSIR 4PI with school children in the line of Jigyasa theme for the entire day. We will be demonstrating R&D initiative in various areas that includes GPS, computational seismology, cybersecurity, climate modeling, etc. And the activities will be interspersed with lectures and practical sessions designed for the level of school children. And this event will be coordinated by Mrs. Pavitra, who is also our Jigyasa coordinator, and her team. Day 2 is dedicated to college youth interaction. And on day 2, students from 3 different colleges, 2 from Bangalore, and 1 woman engineering college from Mysore have been invited to participate in our skill initiative program. There will be a scientist and youth interaction on various aspects of data sciences, along with the HPC and cybersecurity infrastructure facilities demonstration. A workshop also has been planned. It will be conducted with our industry partner AMD on high performance computing. And this event will be coordinated by Dr. Ashish and his team, who is also our skill initiative program coordinator. Day 3 is very important. It is basically the interaction with the stakeholders and state agencies. And I'm glad to say that this entire activities will be hosted by KSNDMC, and I'm thankful that our director KSNDMC is also here, and he agreed to be the part of our OWOL campaign, and he has agreed to host the entire event in his premises. So, I mean, many state government agencies, academia on research collaboration, and several partners like KSNDMC, National Bureau of Soil Science and Lab Use Project, Bangalore, University of Agriculture Sciences, Bangalore and Dharwad, and VC Form All India Coordinated Research Project on Rice from Bangalore University will be participating. And we shall also explore new avenues for collaboration and chalk out the way forward in collaboration. And this event will be coordinated by Dr. Rakesh from CSIR 4PI and all the scientists, other scientists from KSNDMC. Day 4 is dedicated to academia, industry, and R&D Connect. So the Day 4 event, basically, this meet is to engage the scientists, academicians, and industry leaders. That includes MSME and even startups, along with our PhD scholars for science and technology interaction, and pave the path for innovative research collaborations. There will be a roundtable panel discussions and scientific presentations. A few MOUs are also planned to be signed on this day with other institutes for collaborative research. This event is mainly coordinated by Dr. K.C. Gowda and other team members. Day 5, we are going out for science outreach and roadshow. It has been planned to showcase research achievements along with societal applications at different educational institutions in Bangalore. At the moment, we have planned for 2 institutions in Bangalore. We are going to divide into 2 groups, and then 2 groups are planned to visit those institutions. And the planned activities include oral and poster presentations, technology demonstrations, interaction with students and faculties on big data science, AI, ML, and DL. And we are hopeful that these activities will encourage and motivate these young minds to take up in-depth research on science and technology as their career. Finally, last day, we are going to have open day for farmers. We will be having the awareness program, come farmer, student, scientist interaction in the first half. It will be the open day for farmers. We are expecting farmers, postgraduate and PhD students from University of Agricultural Sciences, Bangalore, to discuss critical issues and challenges in the farming environment. This is a campaign to create awareness on challenges faced by farming community in real farm environment conditions, and to showcase how science and technology-based implementable solutions can address these challenges. There will be technical presentations, field implementable agro technologies showcase by our colleagues, Dr. K.V. Ramesh and Dr. V. Rakesh. Also, we will demonstrate the handheld instruments for agricultural field measurements. So in the afternoon, Foundation Day will be celebrated and the OWOL campaign will be concluded. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for throwing light on our OWOL activities. Now, we have come to the main event of the day. That's the curtain raiser of our OWOL. I request our DG ma'am, Dr. Kalaiselvi, to kindly unfold the curtain. Keep it ready. Thank you, ma'am. Now, let us go for the launch of our OWOL brochure.
Yes. Arpan?
I will get it. I will get it. Yeah.
And now we'll go ahead with launch of our online website.
Is it?
Online, yeah. We can see there, na?
Okay.
They can see there.
Just a click. Oh, okay.
No, they will tell. You have to put it, then you have to click. Tell us when to click, Anil.
I know only how to click.
There's a website. They will tell us. Yeah. On the right hand side.
Yeah.
That one.
All right.
Yeah.
Click. Okay.
Come down and click on the click.
No, correct only is telling. That is the brochure launch. Now you can scroll down.
Yeah.
I think they will scroll down so that the whole brochure is seen, na? No, both we are launching, brochure and video. What he's telling is
Whether it is launched?
yeah.
Yeah.
This is whatever we launched physical, now
Good.
online we launched.
Good.
Then we will launch. Next is the video launch. Now you go to the same icon. They have to go down.
Up.
No, that they will do, I think. There you go. Then there's a click on the OWL. Drop down is there. Yeah, there. That one. Down one. You have to click the blue one.
Yes.
No,
OWOL.
then down the
No,
blue
no.
one.
Okay.
Now the video launch. 4-5 video.
I should make it full.
Full, and then you play it.
Then I'll play it.
Yes. This is the 4-minute video.
That was our online launch of our friends. Before we go ahead with the address of Dr. Manoj Rajan, our chief guest of honor, I would like to give a brief introduction about him. Dr. Manoj Rajan is an IFS officer from 1999 batch and a recipient of several awards such as D.H. Kulkarni Gold Medal and Sulochana Naidu Memorial Medal. He is a dynamic leader who carries legacy of successful accomplishment of managing large organizations. He has effectively provided workable solutions to complex issues and is a successful change agent. He has a vision to digitally transform India. He has many more awards, accolades, and accomplishments to his credit. And he has been the additional mission director for the Sakala mission of Government of Karnataka, and also a special officer in the Chief Electoral Office of Karnataka. And friends, the list goes on, so I've just restricted to few. As we all know, he is the man behind Operation Kaveri, which helped getting back Indians stranded in conflict-struck Sudan back to India. He has been a valuable asset to our CSIR 4Pi Advisory Committee. Having a proven track record of exhibiting exemplary standards of growth, leadership, and professional integrity, sir, it's really been an honor for CSIR 4Pi to have such a professional on board. Sir, may I request you to please address our gathering?
From here?
Yeah, from there.
You can do from there.
Anywhere.
Anyway, your comfort. If you want, you can go there. They will live streaming it. So doesn't matter.
So Director General Dr. Kalaiselvi, an eminent scientist of the country, then Dr. Sridevi, outstanding scientist and head of CSR 4PI, eminent other scientists whom I know personally also, and young people, ladies and gentlemen. It's an honor to be amongst such an distinguished guests on the dais. It's a privilege also to share some of my thoughts on this very important subject which the country is facing. As you're all aware, that the world is challenged by disasters, and day in, day out, you hear various types of disasters, both man-made and natural disasters, be it flood, drought, cyclone, or the Orissa train accident. There is loss to life, property, livelihoods. We set back our progress by many, many years back out over here. So saying this, science-based inputs, science computational facilities, artificial intelligence, machine learning, so on and so forth, are going to be the future, are going to be the tools to see that we effectively handle disaster management. So in special context to disaster management, I'll give you all some numbers. If you look at Karnataka, in the last 5 years, 4 years, we have faced serious floods, and we have lost up to 52 lakh hectares of agriculture and horticulture crops. So 52 lakh means 52 lakh families in Karnataka have suffered economic losses. So I and you better appreciate how the small and marginal farmers in the state, in the country operate, and that crop, that agriculture crop is his bread and butter. And if that gets destroyed, there is where you see how it impacts him. It is a catastrophe for him. It's a catastrophic impact on his livelihood. So on one side, I'm speaking about 52 lakh hectares of agriculture and horticulture crops being lost. On the other side, 2.5 lakh houses have been collapsed, right? For whatever reasons, they have been demolished due to this heavy extreme events out over here. Again, their lives are being impacted severely due to these events. I can also talk on landslides, on drought and hailstorms, so on and so forth. The point being made is that disaster management, disasters have now posed great challenges, not for Karnataka alone, but for the country and the world. So here is where I and you over here sit here and see how you can scientifically address, how you can efficiently manage these disasters. So in this backdrop, let me tell you that Karnataka is one unique state. If you look at disaster management and decision support systems, I would put them in three pillars out over here. The first one is data acquisition. So data acquisition is a critical component in disaster management. And we are proud to say Karnataka is one of the state in the country where we have established 6,500 telemetric rain gauges at the Grama Panchayat level. No other state in the country as on this date having such kind of information. So when I use the word telemetric rain gauges, it goes into much more complex things that how do I get this data? The ordinary rain gauges where somebody used to go and measure the rainfall and then tell you this is it. But the telemetric rain gauge is where without you touching it, data is going to come. So without you touching, data is going to come. You put in network, you put machine to machine talking that the machine in a remote area should talk to your centralized server. Then you need to have network, you need to have power. So all these things we have cracked. And today we are in a position to get from these 6,500 telemetric rain gauges, information at 96 times a day, that at 15 minutes interval. And if you look at another 850 telemetric weather stations, I capture temperature, wind speed, wind direction, and humidity. This is sufficient for me to have a great appreciation of what are the changes happening in the state. So technically, I am talking about 28 crore data points hitting my server. And if this server, this data acquisition is there with us, don't you think there's something else which needs to happen? And that something else is what CSR is now lending its support to us under the OWOL. That is their super computational facilities which they have, their visualization, their AI, ML, machine learning which is there, wherein they can try to ingest this huge amount of data and come out with predictable patterns, come out with models, come out with early warning alerts. So that is what I'm saying. I'll come back to the second point a little later on. So when I told about three pillars, one is data acquisition, one is data analysis, data making sense of that data, creating alerts models is the second part. Third one is how this early warning system can reach out to the last person, how this early warning system can be part of the policy making of the governance. How does governance structures, be it volunteers, be it community responders, be it emergency responders, how can they use this information? Only if these three things work in tandem, you will have a little more efficient disaster management in place. And I'm proud to say that CSIR is in the forefront on these facets, on this thing, on computational facilities. Ma'am, I should tell you that OWOL vision is to expose the capabilities and capacities of CSR labs to the stakeholders, ma'am. In fact, we had an MOU with CSR much earlier to this, but we strengthened it with the OWOL campaign. We had a meeting in April wherein on 6 critical areas, let me tell you 6 critical areas which is plaguing me, which is giving me problem, which is troubling the state out over here. We reached out with those problems, and then we are now established 6 working groups to look at these problems. In fact, if I can highlight some, one is the urban floods, which Bangalore is suffering. So it can be Bangalore, it can be other smart cities. We are very closely working. In fact, if CSR on its own has to do it, it's going to be problematic. But here you have KSDMC, which is getting you the data and pushing it to you. You need to do your strengths, that is analyzing this and giving us patterns. So one on urban flooding is what we are working on very closely, ma'am. Similarly, the country on a whole loses 2,000 lives on lightning and thunderstorms. Karnataka on an average 90 to 100 lives are lost per year due to lightning. So here we are trying to see how you can more analyze these data and try to reach out to the stakeholders. What are the methods you can reach out to the stakeholders? What is your disaster early warning system? So we are working on predictability of lightning much more earlier than what it is currently now. Then we are going to work on urban heat islands. So you know, urban heat islands are areas because of concretization, glazing effects, no trees out over here. How these temperature islands can be looked at, how we can handle it, which are my hotspots, where do I look at addressing these things. Similarly, ma'am, we are talking about, I told you in the morning session that we get around 19 lakh phone calls from farmers talking to us on whether it is going to rain, whether it is misty, whether it is fog, and all those things. So that we have given it to CSR to see whether they can draw some patterns from the types of calls which are coming. Is it coming at a particular time? Is it coming at a particular? Can we proactively reach out to the farmer rather than he calling to us? So we are trying to look at how ANML can be used to decode, decipher, and give us business process re-engineering as far as reaching out to the agrarian community is concerned. So I would say, ma'am, we are also working on seismic predictions, how effectively we can do. So sum and substance, this 1 week, 1 lab has fructified or solidified the engagement between KSDMC, the Disaster Management Center of Karnataka, and this institution. Nodal officers from both sides have been identified. They have been given a clear path to say that in the next 3 months you need to do this, next 6 months you need to do this, such that whatever we are doing, we get refined products out and see that we can reach out to the community on large. So technically, I am happy that this event is happening, and none other than the Director General present here, Push, gives a great impetus to the seriousness of on this OWOL, and each of you scientists who are here are now going to work along to see that we save lives, we save livelihoods, and then see that the state and the country prosper in its thing. So thank you so much for inviting me on this occasion. Thanks.
Thank you very much, sir, for throwing
Very much.
light on disaster management and other things. Thank you very much, sir. Now it's time for the presidential address by our Secretary DSIR and DG CSIR, Dr. Kalaiselvi, ma'am.
I'm go there. I want to see them all.
Okay.
I'm not so tall to see. So Namaskar, Vanakkam, and pleasant morning to every one of you. Today is a very, very special day, maybe for you, but also much more an important day for me, because it's a great eye-opening experience that is happening from morning 8 o'clock. The moment I started discussing with your director, Dr. Sridevi Jade, I think I'm really getting a lot of information, which is really giving me a new kind of energy. And whenever I happen to think about, are we going in the right direction, whether CSIR is doing at least some kind of a justice in terms of science and technology, many a times I used to question myself. I used to really do this kind of a self-evaluation. And whenever I'm hearing this kind of inputs from this Sridevi and yesterday from other Sridevi, and today I'm really excited and overwhelmed to listen to our good friend Manoj ji, who has become the typical spokesperson of CSIR. And it gives me immense pleasure. Actually, I had one such similar experience when I went to IMMT Bhubaneswar. So I was thinking that I have to tell them that CSIR is doing this, that, and all. And very interestingly, the Chief Secretary of Bhubaneswar, he was also sharing the stage with me on that particular day. And before I started talking anything, he was going on talking about all the S&T contributions of CSIR in terms of IMMT and with respect to few other labs also. Then I thought that, oh, he has taken my complete language. Then I started appreciating. I think that is a maximum justice I can do. Because this is one kind of a situation which gives you kind of an extra or additional pleasure to understand that CSIR labs, which are functioning from different states, they are maintaining such a great relationship, working relationship with the state government authorities. So many times we may talk out of friendliness and we may talk sharing certain idea, but working together, that makes a lot of difference. And I'm able to see that their scientists are also joining us in our 1 week, 1 lab program. Meaning is this particular Karnataka state, you are setting examples not only in day-to-day affairs, but also I think you are creating a good working model also. Because from his side, scientists are coming, and AMD has also already donated a huge computing facility to CSIR, and they are also sitting here, and our own scientists are here. And therefore, in my opinion, it's a great combination that this particular state of Karnataka is giving more than enough importance, not only to science and technology, but also to organizations, especially like CSIR, and especially with respect to Fourth Paradigm Institute, apart from NAL. Because when we talk about this country's important agenda, considering today's lifestyle, or I would say the order of the day, we say that the strategic security is very important. But apart from that, if you just take the domestic lifestyle, food security, water security, energy security, healthcare security. Yesterday, I thought that when I was in CFTRI, they are able to take care of 3 verticals, but you as Fourth Paradigm Institute, you are taking care of all the 5 verticals. I think that is the beauty of this Fourth Paradigm Institute. I used to ask Sridevi, what is this fourth paradigm? Therefore, what is the first paradigm? What is the second paradigm? Because I know the meaning of paradigm. Because if at all you want to say there is a significant shift, you will say it's a paradigm shift. But she is talking about Fourth Paradigm Institute. What is this fourth paradigm? Therefore, what are the other 3 paradigms? So she made me once to understand, and today I just got it verified now. There was a small bit of paper that we were exchanging now. So she made us to understand that first paradigm is nothing but it goes with observation. So I think you can also very well understand once upon a time, we never had any kind of this rain gauge facility and all. And there is no such great facilities available in olden days. But then you can see one grandmother and one grandfather just sitting in front of the house, and they'll be telling that, I think after half an hour it will rain. And it rained. So it was only observation and their experience, they were able to predict and forecast. Those days, the climate was not complex. It was so simple as the human lifestyle was. So lifestyle was so simple in those days. Climate was also simple. Understanding each other, whether it is with respect to human or machine, or human to machine, or machine to machine, or human to nature, or nature to human, everywhere understanding was very simple because lifestyle was also very simple. And we believe that seeing is believing. But nowadays we are getting carried away by one word called virtual. Meaning is, I also asked her, when she was talking about center of excellence, I asked whether it is a physical center of excellence or virtual center of excellence. So she said it's a virtual center of excellence. But now we believe virtual is also to believe only. It's not seeing is believing. Virtual is also to believe only. That much science and technology has improved. So the first paradigm, they were living with only observation. Then the second paradigm, slight improvement happened in science and technology. So all these observations, they started taking help from analytical instruments. So meaning is slowly we had our dependence on the second factor. So that is the second paradigm, but in a good way, just to say that whatever I'm telling is really going to happen, and to just make myself 100% sure of whatever I'm talking about. So these analytical instruments, they just took place and they started gaining importance in the second paradigm. And the third paradigm, as all of us know, whether you are a 90s kid or 2000 kid, 2K kid, whomsoever, all are not kids today, but then all of us are totally aware of the revolutions that we came across with respect to computers. So computer-based equations, solving equations, analytical equations, mathematical equations, computer models, modeling, all these terminologies came into existence as a third paradigm. And fourth paradigm, my God, it is a great paradigm, the word called data science, big data analytics. I used to say once upon a time, big things we used to give exclamatory mark. Oh, Taj Mahal is so big. Mysore Palace is so big. And you are such a tall person. So all these big things were getting admired, and we used to give exclamatory mark only for big things. But afterwards it got changed. We started admiring small things. It's so cute, no? It is so cute because it is so small. Tiny things. Very small things, micro, macro we forgot, micro. Then we talked about nano. Then we talked about even very, very small, tiny things. So that way, this nanoscience and technology, that made us to really admire small things. Then I used to say that is slim, size 0, thin, all these things, lean, all these terminologies, they became popular. But now, when it comes to fourth paradigm, again, we have to go with the big data analytics. Friends, once upon a time, we were celebrating years. Meaning is, this is my wedding anniversary. So only once in a year you will get, and the year in which I got married, whether you want to remember it or forget it, but anyway, that year is important. Okay. So once upon a time, we used to give importance to years. Then we started remembering months. Oh, it is October, November, December, it is going to be so cold. So we started remembering months. Then slowly we started remembering dates. This is my date of birth, officially. This is my actual date of birth. So we started remembering dates. This is how we were thinking. Then slowly we started believing some days also, because we started forgetting fathers and mothers also sometimes. And therefore, this is how we also get into Father's Day, Mother's Day, Lover's Day, Boys' Day, Girls' Day, every day, Day's Day. So like that, we started thinking about days. But now we are living in an era, apart from years, months, days and dates, now data is the biggest treasure. What is a data? Whatever I'm talking, how many minutes Kalaiselvi will talk, that is a data. In CFTRA, she was talking for 45 minutes. In Fourth Paradigm Institute, she talked for only 20 minutes. Therefore, this data says that Kalaiselvi is so strong in food technology, whereas she is weak in Fourth Paradigm. So this is how data, everything is now getting understood. Everything is getting correlated. Everything is getting prioritized based on data. So what time you will get up? My watch says that you should get up at 6 o'clock today. And somebody is telling, ma'am, you should really smile at it. I can understand. So he is telling that I can understand. But my watch is telling, oh, Kalaiselvi, you have a meeting at 7 o'clock. And you have to take bath today. Yes. You have to take 2 idlis. And afterwards, you have to take 5 mg tablet. All these things I'm not taking. Okay. Meaning is everything is getting, you are getting some kind of a kind of a dictation or a kind of a recommendation or a kind of an advisory, a suggestion or a friendly way, advisor, mentorship. You can put anything and everything. Sometimes they say these gadgets are taking care of my life. Once upon a time, we wanted only human beings to take care of each other. Now gadgets also started taking care of us. So, but everything, every machinery or every equipment, or I would say every analytics that is getting governed by data, and therefore this big data is the fourth paradigm. And this institute is so rich with the kind of expertise, the kind of capability, or I would say the kind of a background knowledge that is very much available in this particular institute. And I should definitely say one more thing. You have such a wonderful leader as your director of this particular institute. She will make things to happen at any cost. At any cost. I already told when I just was opening this OWOL curtain raiser or something, your logo launch. That time also I said. So she will just send a message once. First she will make it as a request. Then she will make it as a reminder. Then she will make it as a question, are you going to do it or not? Then she will, fourth time, she will say, if you are not doing, what should I do? She will ask as a fourth time. Then fifth time, they will say, Kalaiselvi, I made you to understand that these are the expectations from my people. Now the ball is in your court. Meaning is pressure building. So it's a positive pressure building. And this is how she used to share data. So because she is from fourth PI, so she always create data and she shares data like the way he was talking about KSDM, the data sharing. So she is the source of data sharing and she will be going on sharing data that this is what is the requirement, this is what is my capability, this is what I wish to do and what else you will do. Therefore, one time, two times you can be an observer for the first paradigm. Second time you can say, I will discuss with my JS and all, second paradigm. Third time you can say, I have to even talk to finance and other ministry also, third paradigm. But the fourth paradigm is, she has already given more than enough data and I have also taken more than enough excuse in terms of 1, 2, 3 paradigms. Fourth paradigm should be a reality, it cannot be a virtual reality. Therefore, DG has to make things to move in reality and not through virtual reality. So this is the connect between Sridevi and Kalaiselvi. This is a great working model. And today I'm finding a very interesting partner, another very interesting person. And he proudly says that he is capable of giving any kind of early warning with respect to geology related or farmer related. Then I said that you as one single person, you can definitely get yourself connected with the CFTRA and Fourth Paradigm Institute. But I think you have some way, little distance away from NAL. He said, no, ma'am, I am absolutely with respect to strategic sector also. So such a great nodal person is working so closely with Fourth Paradigm Institute. I think this is a great arrangement and I should really offer a big salute to the Karnataka state. And when making me and all of us to understand that every day he is getting X crore data in his server, he is rich with data. So why the hell he is collecting all the data? He strongly believes there is a nearest neighbor, a scientific neighbor, a technology provider, a solution provider, the ultimate solution provider who is sitting next to me is the Fourth Paradigm Institute. They will handhold me. They will take my data. Exactly, he said, the decoded, deciphering, and then sharing all the results. So that is the expectation with which the data is shared with Fourth Paradigm. And here I appreciate all of you are taking that data with more than enough responsibility, and you are working and you are sharing the results back with you. And when he says that even today, he's getting thousands of calls from farmers. Friends, we are now living in a totally different environment and ambience. I used to say farmers means once upon a time, the dress code was different, his lifestyle was different, his language was different, the way he conducted himself was different once upon a time. Now, if at all somebody has not listened to the small clipping of Pallav Bagla about the farmer, modern farmer, he said, but I renamed it as 21st century farmer. And in that video, it's just a video by a farmer. You cannot expect a very ordinary man, a man with a coat, suit, and a tie, and he comes and he talks a very good English, and he talks about science and technology. Basically, he's a farmer. So he is a proud farmer as a 21st century farmer of the great developing country, India, which is going to be the developed country. And G, when you talked about the 6 major issues, I fully agree with you. He's talking about flooding. He's talking about weather, rainfall. He's talking about disaster management. And he is talking about all the issues that the society is facing. And for all the 6 problems, he is having dependence on Fourth Paradigm Institute. I used to say next 6 to 7 years are critically and very much important in terms of science and technology, because we from scientific fraternity, we are fully aware that next 6 to 7 years are going to decide the fate of the country for the next 6 to 7 decades. Therefore, what is the kind of responsibility with which you and I should work? What is the kind of difference that we should bring in our thought process? What is the kind of a difference that we can really bring in our working culture? And what is the kind of difference that we can really show in terms of deliverables and contributions also in terms of results and solution providing? Friends, CSIR is an 80-year-old organization. And even after 80 years, we are not the one and only technology leaders of this nation. This is my, I will say, my concern. I'm just sharing my concern with you. We are becoming one among others when it comes to technology provision for any kind of a problem or any kind of a solution. There are areas in which CSIR is a one and only solution provider. I agree, I celebrate, I appreciate. But apart from that, I want CSIR to be acknowledged by the society as the one and only, and I would say ultimate solution provider for any and every kind of problem. What are the different problems? Problems faced by industry, problems faced by the society. Now the society also, now we are dividing into 2, urban society and the rural society. And what is it that a common man is facing as a problem? So for all these societal issues and industrial issues, when are we going to be recognized as the one and only ultimate solution provider? Are we not having the facility with us? Are we not having the manpower with us? Are we not having the knowledge resource with us? We are rich with all these things. Only thing that we have to do is we have to much more encourage and engage our working relationship with, I would say, like-minded people like KSDM and with other industries, MSMEs, startups, and then I think we will be able to address the solutions of this country. And friends, whether India believes or not, whether you and I accept or not, the globe has started believing that India is going to rule the entire globe for its science and through its science and technology. And yes, that is true. maybe we may not be thinking, we may not be dare enough to think or accept all these things, but countries, they started believing that India is going to be the ruler of science and technology in the coming days. I'll tell you two reasons for that. Number one, if at all Indian science or Indian technology is proposed, definitely it is some kind of a trustworthy component is there. When you say 100, exactly you mean 100 only. 100 is not likely to be 100, it is 100. This is the kind of an image that India is having in the global arena. And the second thing is, Indians are known for our hard work. Indians are known for our tolerance. Indians are known for our team spirit. And Indians are always known for our dedication as well as our contribution. So these are the two reasons due to which now all the countries, they are having an eye on India, that whatever India is coming up with, whether it is a scheme or a plan or it is an idea, then they also start thinking in that direction. And at least they start thinking that why India is doing this kind of a work. And many a times, here again, data. When the whole globe is now started thinking about semiconductors, then we from India, we are also now thinking, but what I say is from CSIR, we should make India to think ahead of all other countries to start thinking about any area and every area. And so friends, you have the more than enough infrastructure, the facility. I would say the ambience is really good. The working arrangement is fantastic. And the support from the state government is also extremely good. And I would say this is the golden period for Fourth Paradigm Institute. In your favor, technology is in your favor. All the 37 labs are having dependence on one lab. What is that lab? It is this lab only. I will tell you why and how. 37 labs can work, 36, I will just minus this Fourth Paradigm Institute. 36 labs may have 36 verticals of their R&D. All the 36 verticals can be very easily connected by one horizontal tool, which is nothing but A&ML. And who is the champion of A&ML? It is the Fourth Paradigm Institute. I should really appreciate you named the project as CHAMP, because you are surrounded by champions. And I think all the labs, whether it is a physical sciences lab, chemical sciences, agricultural lab, or engineering sciences, geological sciences, you put any classification, any theme, any cluster, any area. So all the other laboratories, they will be having their dependence in one form or the other to you. And friends, today morning during the breakfast time, we three directors like Dr. Abai from NAL, Sridevi, your director, and myself, we were just discussing in a very, very lighter way. That time we started thinking about some big plans. We as Indians, even today, who are known for two strengths globally. One is our strength in space science. Second one is our strength in the IT, and especially they call Indian software engineers. So software engineers means India is having a kind of a, I would say a big image is already built. So despite having this kind of a strong feeling, despite having this kind of a global acceptance for our IT related knowledge domain, why still the country, you and I, we are having dependence on X-mail? I will not name it. We are not using an Indian origin based mail system for our conversation. You can say, ma'am, I'm using only Nickmail. Nickmail is, as long as you are a government servant, you can use Nickmail. But after your retirement, what is the mode in which you are going to communicate with your friends? You will be going with X-mail, Y-mail, Z-mail. So where is the gap? And why the country has not thought about that kind of one indigenized mail? Because now we are talking about indigenization. You indigenize the process, you indigenize the machine, you indigenize the product. Why don't we indigenize the communication platform also? Can we think about something like iMail? Kalaiselvi@imail.com. Can we just think about that one? I stands for India. You may think that, ma'am, it requires a lot of energy, lot of people, all these things. What I'm telling is, any big activity that gets ignited from a small spark. So I'm just sharing it as a kind of information with all of you. Please start thinking in this direction. Can we just consider this kind of one communication platform, which should be applicable to the entire country, meaning is pan-India, every citizen. Like the way Aadhaar card is our ID, this mail ID should have only iMail. It should not be XYZ mail. It should be only iMail. All of us should really talk to each other, share data, share our feelings, share our emotions. Only through that iMail can we just make it to happen. Country will also start thinking, or I don't know whether countries already started thinking, I have no clues. But we as forerunners in science and technology, we who is supposed to be the solution provider to the country which I was talking to you so far, why don't we start thinking in this direction? And why don't Fourth Paradigm Institute be the initiator of this particular exercise? Now Sridevi and the entire group is thinking, why only we called Kalaiselvi? She is giving a great homework as a simple one-line statement. She will now catch a flight and she will go. But now this becomes our mandate. Sridevi, please make it as a mandate.
Okay.
Make a small group. Ask them to start thinking and start brainstorming, and let them take discussions. Let them take discussions apart from CSIR also. I will just propagate this idea with the next level also, because in India we have think tanks also, Niti Aayog and others are also there. I will just propagate this idea, and to whatever extent it is possible, I will try my level best to idea to get propagated. I will generate more data. That much only I can do. You have to really make it to happen. What I'm telling is, like the way I was posing that question to Manojji, so you are so selfish and you want to protect only this Karnataka state? I asked. Then he said, no, ma'am. To prove at a bigger level, you need a piloting, and this is a piloting, and Karnataka state is a piloting. So when it comes to safety, strategic security, healthcare related security, everywhere, Karnataka is only coming forward with piloting. Why don't you come forward for this kind of a piloting also for iMail? So take this as a challenge and start thinking in this direction, because nobody is going to ask you tomorrow in your APAR or in your promotion related meetings. But what I'm telling is, please start munching this idea in your mind and brain. And whenever you happen to talk to your good friends, just ask them how best we can think about it. Because when the whole world is hereafter going to be, I would say every factor is going to be decided based on only the data, it's better to have our own cloud. It is indigenized cloud for our own data sharing, which includes our mail communication also. So this is one of the ways by means of which you can also assure safety and security for your database also. So this is how you can start thinking. And also I was just urging Dr. Sridevi Jade in such a way that please come up with one or two very new ideas by means of which it is going to be totally unique to CSIR, unique to India, by means of which you can really get a kind of, I would say, bonus recognition in terms of that idea. If at all you are having that kind of an idea, please throw it to CSIR headquarters. We'll be happy to consider it for funding. Because you people, you can make many things forecastable. You can make many things controllable, because you are managing all the data and you can arrive at some kind of a conclusion, and that conclusion will help the nation in a big way to take very important decisions. Therefore, whichever way you can really make this kind of a change or this kind of a significant or a paradigm change in the thought process, please do that. And CSIR headquarters will be happy to fund it. Maybe in the form of your own lab-driven project or in the form of a mission mode project also. So Kalaiselvi is not here only to give you work, but also I'm assuring that some funding will also be given to you for good ideas. So I'm a person, I strongly believe that if I just give you like this, then I can definitely ask you, give me something back. So I'm telling you, I'll definitely consider one or two good ideas, but at the same time, push my ideas also. So I think this is how this 1 week, 1 lab program of different institutes are giving me different kind of an experience. And Fourth Paradigm Institute has given me a totally different kind of an experience. Even though she was talking about less than 20 number as the scientific staff strength, I was able to understand Sharda Madam, in her name, some model was there in the entire history of science. I think Fourth Paradigm Institute has more than enough reasons to feel so proud about all these things. And Madam was so simply, so humbly, she was telling, now they are not following. Now they may not follow, but history cannot forget you. History cannot forget Fourth Paradigm Institute. History cannot ignore CSIR just because of people like her and the contributions like the way they just made in the yesteryears. And therefore, friends, Sridevi is here, Kalaiselvi is here, you are all here. Most of the young kids, 2K kids are here. We are all celebrating CSIR. We are all celebrating Fourth Paradigm Institute. But at the same time, let us recall the great visionary leaders who are decorating the first and the second rows. When Sridevi was talking about the founder leader and her mentor leader, I think they're also sharing the happiness. This is the Indian version of sharing happiness. That's why I'm telling, everywhere the Indian version will have a personal touch. And it should be there in every research, every product, every process, and every thought process also. So with these few words, I really take this opportunity to appreciate each and every one of you, because one Dr. Thangavedu and other team members, they made me to understand what is a kind of a struggle with which you were able to bring in this kind of a high computing facility today. And what is the kind of determination and dedication and contribution with which one stores and purchase officer, he was sparing his time even when his father died at that particular point of time. And all these contributions, all these dedications, all these determinations, they will not go waste at all. They will not go waste without getting recognition, I mean. Meaning is one day or other, the system will recognize you. The system will celebrate you. The system is always celebrating you, but one day it will be celebrating it so visibly. And I think Fourth Paradigm Institute is having more than enough reasons to be celebrated so visibly, not only by CSIR, but also by the entire nation. And I wish you should create many more occasions wherein the whole country should be really lining up number of organizations to felicitate you. And I look forward that particular day to be there in the nearest future. Thank you so much. Namaskar and have a wonderful day.
2 minutes more than CFTRA, ma'am.
Great. Oh, you collected the data.
Therefore, I'm not weak in
it was so nice. I don't want this movement to end, actually.
Great. Data works very well.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for throwing more importance on data plus science, and of course for giving new definition for our 4 pies. That's very nice of you. And now you can say, ma'am, you have got more knowledge, more than food processing with our data science, because you have spoken more than 20 minutes of this. And also thank you for giving suggestion for our new indigenous mode of email. Hope with our scientists we can achieve more laurels in that also. Sure. And with the headship of our Madam Sridevi ma'am, I really hope that we can reach more heights and bring our 4 point to more laurels list. Thank you very much, ma'am.
Sure.
Now I request Dr. Patra sir to propose vote of thanks.
Yeah, it's not very easy to speak after Dr. Kalaiselvi has spoken. Such a wonderful. So it's my pleasure to present the vote of thanks for this twin event. One was the OWOL curtain raiser, and another one was the HPC inauguration. I would like to 3 dignitaries in the dais, and one of them is Dr. Kalaiselvi, who is our source of inspiration, and the way she every time I listen to her, I think I get inspired, and then today was not an exception. So thank you, madam, for the inspiration and the vision that you have set for CSR 4PI, and also spending your time here and then spending with us. I think after a long time we have an incumbent DG who has actually visited CSR 4PI Institute. Thank you for that. And also we have Dr. Manoj Rajan. He has multiple hats, not in only Karnataka state. I think for us to interact, he is also our advisory council member, gives lots of advice, like advisories and other things to us, as I think. And also a collaborator with us for lots of scientific things. And of course, he has taken a burden of organizing one of the OWOL portion of that in his organization. So thank you very much for that.
Real responsibility.
Yeah,
Yes. And he is our data partner. So that's a very important thing. And most of our like earth science related projects, now he's our data partner. So he provides the data to us, and also a stakeholder where we can go and then test our POC. He actually is a test bench for us. Like whatever we do, we can test here, and then that can be taken to this one. And he's not actually a bureaucrat, he's a technocrat.
Yes.
He's having lots of having it's a blend of actually research, then all these bureaucratic
This terminology.
so thank you very much for that. And then and our association is quite old, and still it will continue to go further. As a token of appreciation, I request Head CSR 4PI, Dr. Sridevi, to present a small memento to Dr. Manoj Rajan.
No, she knows my language. I told her I will not accept, but today, just because of you, I will accept and give back.
Okay. So
I made it as a policy,
That we should.
but I should respect her views and your views.
So I'll give first to DG and then I'll give to you. He doesn't accept, but I said.
Stage manners I should accept. She already taught me.
I can be myself with her.
She also joined.
Yes, ma'am. He's the VIP member.
So Dr. Manoj Rajan, you are a great source of support for us.
Madam was a great inspirational talker, which I am inspired myself. Rumte kada hota hai na, see what we should do.
Yes.
It's one life here.
No, it's not the first time.
When she was talking, I didn't want the movement to end. Like I wanted it to continue.
And then you give. I'll give them medal. She did. Okay, I'll hold this then.
Thank you.
Look at the camera. No, I'm looking here. He always has a problem where to look at.
That's his job.
Thank you very much. And now Dr. Sridevi Jade, who is our head. And I was really happy that DG Madam addressed you as Director CSR 4PI. I hope very soon we will get that order also. We called her the Director of CSR 4 Paradigm Institute. She is a
Please don't use this as a data.
and she's a big source of energy for us. And I don't know how much energy she gets. I know what she eats. She doesn't eat anything, but so she's violating the conservation law very well. She doesn't eat anything, but then the amount of energy she has looking into each and every aspects of 4PI. It's like wonderful. Amazing. Thank you for the support and everything that you have given after you have taken over. And then I would like to, because we have the HPC inauguration, I would like to thank the DSSD team, which is my team, Mr. Tangavelu and their team, for the kind of work that we have done for the last 2 years to bring up this. That's very this one. And I would like to place on record the help of the HPC committee, the external members, Dr. Govindarajan and Dr. Renu, who had Dr. Renu is from ADA, and then Dr. Govindarajan from IAC is a professor in ACRC. So the kind of support they provided and then technical knowledge they provided for the implementation of the HPC things, I would like to place and record that. And also the CPD. Without the support of CPD, we would not have actually done the project successfully. Both Dr. Satyanarayan is there, and Abhishek is there, and also the previous CPD head, Venkat, all supports that we got that could actually come out with that. And of course, we had our industry partners, Dell, then DDN, then AMD, then CCS.
Yes.
All those people support this SPC could come up well. So I thank all of them for this thing. Then coming to the OWOL, I would like to thank the OWOL committee, which is headed by Dr. Parvez, and then all the members of the committee who has worked hard for this event. And then also there are actually lots of more work to do. I think much more work to do than this that they need to do. And of course, for organizing this, the Office of Head, who has actually, where is Radha?
Yeah.
So she has actually multiple hands, not single hand. Every time like this one, that one, everything he has to do. And then I think supported well by the rest of the.
She's the lifeline.
And like supported by both of the things, Divya and Vinod. So that's a wonderful team which is working together. I'm in charge of Office of Head, but then they do the real work there. And of course, the CCOs and like our COA and then
SPO.
SPO will come last because that needs a special attention. And our finance, but SPO like without whom actually the HPC and then other implementation could not have been happened. So it's a special thing for them. And of course, the NL team, like the electrical, then the EBU team who has really supported us, not for this program, also for the HPC implementation and whatever Kaya Kalp has like change has happened in the 4PI, everything that support has been really good. Then HLS also has helped quite a bit. And we have lots of contract people also helped quite a bit, including Ravi, then Ashok Raj. Ashok Raj actually that HPC implementation is day and night he has worked, and the other teams. Thank you very much. Thank you for all the supports that has been provided by all of you, and then thank you very much.